words to a minimum.
Number 26, Andrew Coleman. Number 29, Tommy Armstrong. Number 30, Josh Waugh. Head coach for Elizabethtown is Cliff Smith. Assistant, Jim Tukoski, Colin Holmes. And the director of baseball operations, Nolan Quinn.
I might have to try to remember to remind people who's wearing what a couple of times, just because it might be hard for even people
Now for the starting
teams to figure
lineup.
that out.
Leading off at second base, number 3.
I won't remember to do that.
Batting second and playing center field, number 2, Richie Masciarelli. Batting third and at third base, number 1, Colby Smith. Batting fourth and in left field, number 5, Mike Christie. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 12, Nick Lorenz. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 33, Ryan Portillo. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 36, Nick Vine. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 16, James Kantner. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 11, Frank Ragazzino. And pitching for the Blue Jays, number 35, Kevin Elwell. And now for the Wheaton Lions. Number 8, Justin Seller. Number 14, Casey Toomey. Number 17, Paul McGeehan. Number 18, Tyler Calabro. Number 21, Andrew Iochi. Number 24, Ryan Salkheim. Number 25, Tommy Larison. Number 26, Jimmy Gowan. Number 29, Ryan McKeon. Number 30, Josh Tribuck. Number 35, Joe Bongiovanni. Number 36, Zach Pippa. Number 39, Brady Burden. Number 44, Trevor Marquise. And number 45, Dan Sutherland. The head coach for the Lions is Eric Pavelski. Assistant coaches, Pete Cascarosa, Jimmy Smith, student assistant Jack Vance, and assistant coaches Matt Milano and Frank Holbrook. The bullpen catcher is Quinn Graves. And now the starting lineups for the Wheaton Lions. Batting first is shortstop, number 1, Josh LaJoy. Batting second in center field, number 11, Matt Cook. Batting third and playing left field, number 9, Jared Sharkey. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 4, Zach Goodwin Boyd. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 16, Tyler Walsh. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 15, Nick Raposo. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 19, Joe Santagate. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 23, Willie Bowie. And batting ninth, the second baseman, number 12, Chris Ruaco. Pitching for the Lions, number 32, Mike Brumell. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem is played before game 1 of each day. So right now, it's just about time to play ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2017 Mid-Atlantic Baseball Regional here at Peoples Bank Park, home of the York Revolution. We're bringing you Game 3 of the tournament, where 6th-seeded Elizabethtown will face off with the number 3 seed Wheaton. On the mound for Wheaton is number 32, Mike Brumell, and he's going to face a lineup from Elizabethtown, which has leading off number 3, Kyle Fackler, the second baseman. Batting second is the center fielder, Richie Masciarelli. Hitting third, the third baseman, number 1, Colby Smith. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, number 5, Mike Christie. Hitting fifth and playing shortstop, number 12, Nick Lorenz. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, number 33, Brian Portillo. Batting seventh, number 36, the designated hitter, Nick Bine. Batting eighth and playing right field is number 16, James Cantner. And batting ninth and catching is number 11, Frank Regazzino. Elizabethtown, the Blue Jays, will play as the visitors. And Wheaton will be the home team. Wheaton's going to be wearing their white with striped blue and white socks, blue caps, while Elizabethtown is wearing their grays. The Blue Jays of Elizabethtown won the Landmark Conference Tournament and entered today with a record of 27-15. Third-seeded Wheaton is 23-14. Wheaton's starting pitcher, number 32, Brumell. He's pitched in 7 games this year, all starts, with a 3.67 ERA, 3-2 win-loss record. He struck out 33 batters and walked just 8 in 41 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting .293. He's a senior lefty out of Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Wheaton is coached by Eric Podbelski in his 21st season. E-Town's head coach is Cliff Smith in his 11th year.
And Jeff, E-Town's offense is led by number 3, Kyle Fackler. He's hitting .475 on the season in 42 games, 14 doubles and 26 RBIs. Wheaton's offense is also led by their leadoff hitter, Josh LaJoy. So 2 dynamic leadoff hitters today for both teams. LaJoy hit .337 on the season, 55 hits, 13 doubles, with 22 RBIs.
Well, Brummel warms up. He's facing off in today's game against the starting pitcher from Elizabethtown, number 35, Kevin Elwell. And as Coach said, LaJoy will lead off for Wheaton. He'll be followed by number 11, the center fielder, Matt Cook. Number 9, the left fielder, Jared Sharkey, hitting cleanup and playing right field. Number 4, Zach Goodwin Boyd. In the 5 hole for Wheaton is number 16, the first baseman, Tyler Walsh. Hitting 6th, the designated hitter, number 15, Nick Raposo. Batting 7th, number 19, the catcher, Joey Santagate. Hitting 8th and playing third base, number 23, Willie Boyd. And in the 9th spot in the order, the second baseman, number 12, Chris Ruaco. And we're about to get underway here in the third game. Fackler will step in, left-handed hitter. A senior from Harrisburg. And he'll take the first pitch for strike 1.
And Jeff, I think what we can expect from Brummel is a left-handed pitcher that's going to be around the plate, not necessarily overpowering, but he'll throw a lot of strikes. On the season, he only has 8 walks in 41 and 2/3 innings.
Fackler took a cut at another pitch, strike 2 in the hole, 0-2. He fouls one away into the seats. Stays alive. Ball 1, 1-2 now the count on Fackler.
As we said earlier, Fackler is hitting .475. No other player in this game tonight is hitting over .353, just to tell you how great of a season Fackler's been having.
And he'll get a ground ball up the middle. 4-3 put out. Ruaco cleanly fields that one. And number 2, Richie Masciarelli, will step in. Speedster for the Blue Jays, 21 stolen bases this year. Takes high and away, ball 1. Brummel evens the count at 1-1, called strike. And Brummel's ahead now of Masciarelli, 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. And Masciarelli goes down swinging.
Looked like a changeup from Brummel early on, featuring fastball, curveball, changeup. And as advertised, throwing a lot of strikes, at least to the first two hitters of the inning.
Number 1, Colby Smith now up to bat for the Blue Jays. The third baseman. Ball 1. He's a senior from Middlesex, New Jersey. Takes strike 2. Brummel pounding the strike zone so far in the first inning. Another ground ball over to Ruaco at second. And another 4-3 putout. And it's 3 up, 3 down for Wheaton. They retire the Blue Jays in order in the top of the first. We head to the bottom half of the inning. We'll be back in a minute. 6'3", 200 pounds, from Cumberland, Rhode Island. 1-1 count. Elwell the pitch. In the air and foul. Down the right field line. Pair of singles to lead off the inning for the Lions. Sacrifice bunt to move them over to third, and now with 2 outs, we have Walsh. Takes one off the plate. Evens the count at 2-2.
Yeah, that just missed on the outer half. Looked like a slider.
Elwell checking for the sign. Out of the stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and that's a base hit into left. 1 run is going to come in there, sending the second runner home as well. And he'll slide in safely ahead of the throw. That's a 2-run single for Walsh that brings in LaJoy and Cook.
Great at-bat by Walsh there. With 2 strikes, Elwell leaves the ball up in the inner half of the plate, and he makes him pay, ripping a single to left field.
That brings up number 15, Nick Raposo, the designated hitter for the Lions. He's first pitch swinging into right field, chasing the right fielder back to the track. It's over his head, and that one hops over the fence, I believe. And that's going to put runners on second and third with the ground rule double.
Yeah, unlucky there for Wheaton. That runner, Walsh, from first is scoring easily if that ball doesn't bounce over the fence. Fortunately for the Blue Jays, it's a ground rule double. It'll put runners on second and third.
That brings up number 19, Joey Santagate, the catcher. Santagate is a senior from Staten Island, New York. Elwell gets strike 1 over the plate, gets ahead of Santagate.
And Jeff, we mentioned in game 1 today how important those 2-out RBIs are. Here in the bottom of the first, Wheaton comes through with a pair, looking to add on 1 or 2 more.
Takes strike 2. Santagate hitting .250, does have 7 doubles, 2 homers, and 19 runs batted in. But he'll go down on strikes, swings at strike 3. They'll retire the side. The Lions get 3 runs but leave 2 more runners on base. We'll head to the top of the second. Wheaton on top of Elizabethtown. 2-0, 2-run single. And we're back now in the top of the second. The cleanup hitter, number 5, Mike Christie, leading off for the Blue Jays, who trailed 2-0 after a 2-run base hit in the bottom half of the first that got the Lions the early lead.
And Christie's second on the Blue Jays in hitting at a .353 clip. He does have 4 home runs and 35 RBIs on the season.
Christie went down 0-2, takes a pitch off the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Takes a swing at a pitch down low, and he'll go down on strikes for the first out. Brings up number 12, Nick Lorenz, the shortstop.
And Brumell up to this point has done a great job of burying that off-speed pitch with 2 strikes, getting swings and misses.
Lorenz takes up high. Ball 1. Lorenz, a junior from McAllisterville, Pennsylvania. He'll hit a hard grounder through the middle. Get the Blue Jays a base runner with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Number 33, Brian Portillo, the first baseman. He'll come up now, a .261 hitter with 6 RBIs on the season. A senior from Lusby, Maryland. Swinging at the first pitch. Hard grounder down into the Wheaton bullpen. And it's an 0-1 count for Brumel. Portillo takes this pitch, and it's called up for a strike. 0-2.
And Brumell's been sitting thus far at just about 83 miles an hour on his fastball. Certainly not overpowering, but when you couple that with a great off-speed pitch that he's been able to locate, makes him effective.
That pitch low and outside. Tried to get Portillo to chase. He wasn't biting. 1-2. And a pickoff throw over to first. Lorenz back standing up. Portillo awaits the 1-2 pitch from Brumel. Wind up in the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inner part of the plate. And now number 36, Nick Bine, the designated hitter, will step in. 2 away in the top of the first. Runner on in the top of the second. Runner on first base. Nick Bine hitting .220 with 15 runs batted in. He takes strike 1. Sophomore out of Abington, Pennsylvania. Brumel from the stretch. Check swing, but it's going to be called for a strike. Strike 2.
And normally I would say this is a good time for the runner to possibly moving. However, Brumel, the lefty, has only had given up 3 stolen bases all year on 4 attempts.
And the 0-2 pitch. Bine takes a cut at it, but it was low, and he comes up empty. All 3 outs for Brumel on strikeouts in that inning. We head now to the bottom half of the second with Wheaton on top, 2-0 over Elizabethtown.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Leading off the bottom half of the second inning for Wheaton is number 23, Willie Boyd, the third baseman. Boyd, a sophomore from Orleans, Massachusetts. And Boyd is ahead in the count, 2-0. Elwell falling behind. Swinging on the 2-0 pitch. Driven into right center. That is over the head of the outfielders. He's around second, going to third. Took a big hop off the fence in right center and split back through the outfielders again, I think. Letting him get all the way to third. Boyd with a leadoff triple.
Yeah, that's 2 times there in the first 2 innings that Wheaton's hit the ball over the right field Gantner's head. Center fielder tried to back up, but got a little too close behind. That ball went past both of them, allowing Boyd to move up to third with his second triple on the year.
This brings up number 12, Chris Ruaco, the second baseman for Wheaton. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Ruaco, a junior from Lexington, Massachusetts. Takes again. Ball 2. Ruaco, actually 4th on the team in batting average, a .286 hitter. 8 doubles and 4 homers. He puts that one into play. It stays fair. Lands on the right field line. That's going to bring home a run. He's around second. He's going for third. The relay throw. And he's in there. Couldn't quite handle the throw. The throw was into the slide and safe at third on a triple. Ruaco back-to-back triples to lead off the bottom of the second inning here. We have another run for Wheaton. They stretch it to 3-0.
And the Blue Jays had a chance to throw Ruaco out of third base. Fackler takes the throw from Kander, makes an excellent relay throw to Smith at third, who can't hold on.
This is going to bring the pitching coach out to talk to Elwell.
Early on, the Wheaton offense has shown an ability to hit the ball to all field.
That turns the lineup over, and LaJoy, the leadoff hitter, singled through the middle in his first at-bat. And he swings at a pitch. Lined out to right field. They're sending the runner home to throw home. Safe. He avoids the tag. The throw beat him. It was to the first base side. A nice wide slide. And he beats it. And it's a 4-0 lead on that sac fly by LaJoy. That was home Ruaco.
That was a great slide by Ruaco. Great throw from the right fielder, Kantner. Had a shot at him. Ruaco saw that the throw was towards the first base line, able to slide around the tag. The catcher, Ragazzino, was unable to put the tag on him.
Cook up for his second trip. He had a bunt single in the first. He hits this one high into the air, into left. And Christie puts that away for the second out.
And, Jeff, it's been at least 3 times in the first 2 innings that we have right-handed hitters from Wheaton driving the ball to right field. Elwell's tried to sit on the outer third of the plate, and Wheaton's making him pay for that. It's important that he establishes the inside portion of the plate as well.
He'll try to do that here against Sharkey. Sharkey sacrificed in the first inning to move LaJoy and Cook to second and third. Sharkey, who's behind, or who has the count even at 1-1, steps out, calls time. Steps back in. The pitch from Elwell. Low and away. 2-1 now, the count on Sharkey. Swing and a miss on a pitch, maybe a little lower away. 2-2 the count. Sharkey fouled off a pair of bunts and then managed to get the third one down and move those runners over. That was one of the key moments in that 2-run first for the Lions.
Yeah, huge play in that first inning. Thought they might take the bunt off with 2 strikes, 0-2 with their 3-hitter. Decided to keep it on, able to move the runners up, and their 5-hitter Walsh was able to come through with a big 2 RBI single.
And Elwell gets a swinging strike 3 there to get out of the inning without any more damage. But the Lions pushed 2 more across, and Wheaton now leads E-Town 4-0 heading to the top of the third. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the top of the third inning here. 6th-seeded Elizabethtown trails 3rd-seeded Wheaton. 2017 Mid-Atlantic Baseball Regional. And we have Elizabethtown in the third here. Cantner, number 16, tries to lay down a bunt. James Cantner, the right fielder, but he fouls it off down the third baseline. And he'll be behind 0-1 against Brummel. Swing and a miss, and Cantner finds himself down 0-2. Cantner, a sophomore from Rose Valley, Pennsylvania, hitting .294 on the season, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. Takes one in the dirt for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Cantner also has 4 doubles, and he's 3 of 3 on stolen bases. Brummel, the delivery. Cantner fouls it. Takes ball 2, evens the count at 2-2. Brummel against Cantner. And a grounder up the middle. Second base, Ruaco. He'll make the play. And the first batter is retired here in the third inning. Number 11, Frank Regazzino, a senior from Sewell, New Jersey. He's doing the catching today for Elizabethtown. Takes the first pitch from Brummel, low, ball 1. Brummel gets that one into the strike zone, evens the count at 1-1. Popped up at 84 on the radar gun.
And Brummel's done a great job this far of keeping the ball down in the zone.
Is that one down a little bit too much? 2-1.
Hey, if you're going to miss, you'd rather miss down than up. And Brummel's gotten 3 ground balls to second baseman Rocco, who has 3 assists in the first 2 innings, 2+ innings.
That pitch just misses, and we have a 3-1 count to Ragazzino. One away. No one on here in the top of the third. The Lions from Wheaton in Massachusetts leading Elizabethtown. Ragazzino, a diving attempt by the third baseman. Shortstop tries to back it up, but Ragazzino is going to beat that one out a little bit too deep in the hole. Ragazzino gets to first on a single.
Yeah, LaJoy did all he could on that. Backhand the ball in the hole. Strong throw, one hop to first baseman. Even if that's a throw in the air, I don't think they're getting Ragazzino. Nice play to even make that close.
That puts a runner on for number 3, Kyle Fackler. Fackler will take strike 1.
And if you're Wheaton, this is a guy that you don't want to beat you. Hitting over 470 on the year.
Takes one downstairs. 1-1 the count. Fackler also has 27 walks on the season, so he'll take a pitch if it's out of the zone and get on however he can.
With those numbers, I'm not surprised. You know, teams having that approach where they want him to chase something out of the zone.
He reaches for one over to Ruaco. Ruaco to shortstop. Back over to first. It'll be a fielder's choice. The runner erased at second, but Fackler will be aboard.
Fackler hit that ball hard. Ruaco, the second baseman, thought about just going to first base, hesitated for a second, then decided to get the lead runner at second. And the Lions were unable to turn the double play with the speedy Fackler running down the line.
That brings up Masciarelli. Masciarelli struck out in the first inning. Looking for some revenge against Brummel. Swings at the first pitch and misses. Brummel ahead, 1-0. Off speed, 76 miles an hour. Brummel with a throw over to first. Fackler 8 of 10 on stolen bases. Pitch to Masciarelli. Up and in. Ball 1, 1-1 count to Masciarelli. 277 hitter entering today's ball game. Another throw over by Brummel.
And you can see why Brummel has been so tough to run on. Multiple moves to first base, quick to the plate, has a slide step.
That pitch is into Masciarelli as well. 2-1. Masciarelli with 22 walks this season. But Brummel has walked only 8 batters all season. As Masciarelli works the count to 3-1. Swing, and he hits it high in the air to right field, where Goodwin Boyd puts it away for the third out. And Elizabethtown is retired in the top of the third. We'll head to the bottom half. Wheaton will bat, leading 4-0 at the Mid-Atlantic Regional. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. The Wheaton half of the third inning, the bottom half. And we have number 4, Zach Goodwin-Boyd leading off. Goodwin-Boyd grounded out 3 unassisted. Fouls the first pitch away.
Goodwin-Boyd was up last at bat with runners on second and third with 1 out. Hit the ball hard at the first baseman Portillo. Runners were unable to advance.
Goodwin-Boyd takes that pitch off the plate, evens the count at 1-1. Elwell's pitch taken for strike 2. The pitch out off the plate and low. 2-2 count. Ball 3. Count runs full now to Goodwin-Boyd. Pitch from Elwell, and it's out off the plate. Goodwin-Boyd will draw a leadoff walk here in the third inning. Walsh had the 2-run base hit in the first inning for Wheaton. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Elwell's delivery fouled off. He gets ahead of Walsh 0-2. Goodwin-Boyd down at first after drawing the leadoff walk. Swinging a foul ball, still 0-2. Elwell ahead of Walsh. Outside, 1-2. Tried to get him to go fishing, not biting.
And that's 3 straight off-speed pitches from Elwell.
Rips a grounder foul down the third base side. 1-2 count. Walsh waits for the pitch. It's down and away. We're at 2-2. Walsh swings, hits one the opposite way. And it drops between the right fielder and the second baseman. And that's going to be a single for Walsh. Goodwin-Boyd had to hustle down to second. Didn't know if the ball was going to be caught. Almost kind of got caught in no man's land. It was almost a fielder's choice to the outfield.
Yeah, Coach Smith can't be happy about that. That ball was in the air a long time. Cantner, the right fielder, looked like he could have gotten there in time and pull it up, I think expecting Fackler, the second baseman, to take it. But that's the right fielder's ball all the way. And, again, that ball was up in the air way too long. That's a play that has to be made.
Raposo had the ground rule double in the first inning.
And on cue, Raposo with runners at first and second, nobody out, is squaring around looking to sack bunt and advance the runners.
Raposo with 3 sacrifices this year. And that'll give him a 4th.
Wasn't a great bunt, certainly did the job. Looked like Elwell had a shot at the lead runner at third. In fact, I believe his catcher, Regazzino, was calling for the throw to go there. Elwell decided to get the shore out at first base.
And now Santagate has runners on second and third with one out. Wheaton, the Lions, looking to add to their 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the third against Elizabethtown.
Really impressed with Wheaton so far. Their offensive approach, hitting the ball at all fields, getting bunts down, finding ways to get on base and drive the runs in. Just textbook offensive performance thus far from the Lions. The Blue Jays will play the corner infielders up. Fackler at second looks to be about halfway.
First pitch, swings, puts one in the air. The center fielder, Mascherelli, ends up needing to jump for it. Will end up as a sacrifice fly as it gets the runner, Goodwin Boyd, in from third base. Makes it a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, the fly balls to the outfield, for the Blue Jays look to be an adventure, at least thus far. And not sure if the sun is playing a factor or not, but 2 in a row, one wasn't caught. That one there just looked uncomfortable. But give Wheaton credit for finding a way to pick up another run.
Ground ball out to second base. Fackler fields it and gets it over to end the inning. But not before Wheaton adds another run. They lead 5-0 over Elizabethtown after 3 innings of play. We'll be back for the fourth after this. And welcome back to the top of the fourth inning. Elizabethtown will look to cut into what is a 5-0 deficit after 3 innings. Leading off the inning will be number 1, Colby Smith. Smith grounded out to second base to end the first inning. Takes a pitch for ball 1. Smith, a .297 hitter. 6 doubles, no triples, no homers, but he has a team-high 38 runs batted in. Yeah, and he takes another pitch out of the zone for ball 2. 2-0 now.
Excuse me, Jeff, but yeah, 38 RBIs in 42 games. Really impressive.
Rumel gets strike 1 over. It's now 2-1 to Smith. The third hitter in the order for Elizabethtown. That pitch is inside. Smith ahead, 3-1.
And you got to wonder how many of those RBIs are Fackler, their leadoff hitter. Again, hitting .475 coming into the game. I'm sure is on base a lot for that number 3 hitter.
And Smith will draw a walk, just the 9th walk issued this year by Brumel. Left fielder Mike Christie struck out swinging to open the second inning. Hope for better luck in his second trip to the plate. He has a runner on and no one out here in the top of the fourth. Up high, ball one. 82 miles an hour from Brumel. Takes strike one, evens the count at 1-1. Swing and a miss. 74 got him with some off speed. And it's 1-2.
And the Lions outfield is playing Christie extremely deep. A lot of room behind the infield.
Christie with 4 home runs and 8 doubles this year. That pitch rolls away from the catcher, but no movement by the runner down at first.
And Jeff, that defensive positioning is important on a base hit. Could give Smith the chance to go to third base on a single.
The pitch swung on and hit the other way out into right field. One hops to the right fielder. They'll hold the runner up at second.
Yeah, and again, Goodwin Boyd is playing awful deep in right field with the right-handed hitter up. Standard positioning, probably has that right on him for the first out of the inning, able to fall in, and the Blue Jays have something going here.
Lorenz now steps in. Singled in the second.
Now, some teams would think about sacrifice bunting here. However, in down 5, not sure if they'll do that. Looks like Wheaton's not sure either.
Takes a pitch for ball one. Lorenz ahead. 1-0.
And I think this is the right call here, not sacrifice bunting. You're down 5 runs. You'd like to play for more than just 1 or 2 runs. Every out's important. Brumel on the mound. This inning at least hasn't been consistently in the strike zone.
Pitching coach out. Saw something they didn't like. Comes out for a chat mid at bat.
And again, you have a hitter in Lorenz who has 5 home runs on the year. Has a chance to bring the Blue Jays back with one swing.
.333 hitter, 5 home runs, like you said, Coach. Had a chance to turn this one around with one swing, get him right back in it.
And he singled through the middle, I believe, in his first at-bat, so see if he can repeat his success.
Coach, like you said a couple moments ago, get a ground ball through that middle with how deep the outfield's playing. That runner from second probably has a pretty good chance to get home.
Yeah, unless that ball's a rocket right at one of the outfielders, Smith from second base should be able to score easily. But, down 5-0, you also don't want to give up any outs on those bases. So if there's any question, I would expect Coach Smith to hold the runner at third, but the depth should allow Smith to score from second base.
Lorenz takes a pitch. He was ahead 2-0. That pitch called for strike one.
Yeah, borderline pitch there. That's tough. Tough call.
Saw Lorenz kind of back away from it a little bit. It was on the inner part. Brumel gets the call. It's 2-1. The pitch. Same pitch.
That one looked like a good pitch. That 2-0 pitch called a strike is a huge swing in the at-bat. You go from possibly being 3-0 to now 2-1 and now 2-2. Completely changes the at-bat. Strike 2 right there seemed to catch the corner. Strike 1, I'm not so sure.
The pitch. Lorenz takes a cut and misses. He goes down swinging. That's the first out of the inning.
Big out for Brumell. Huge out there on the breaking ball.
Portillo steps up, the first baseman. Went down looking in the second. Portillo out in front of that pitch. Strike one.
Brumell looking for that ground ball to get out of the inning.
Spins and fires back to second. Sends Smith diving back in, but he's ahead of the tag.
Brumell's shown an ability to get ground balls early on in this game. With one pitch, he can get a double play and send his team back to the dugout.
Portillo holds up in time. It's 1-1. .261 hitter entering this evening's game. Portillo swings and hits that in the air to left. Sharkey going back, settles under it. That's two out. Fly ball to the left. The runners will hold at first and second. After two runners got on to lead off the inning, now two consecutive outs for Brumell. And behind the designated hitter who struck out swinging to end the third, the last chance for Elizabethtown here in the fourth as they try to fight their way back into this game, trailing Wheaton 5-0. First pitch swinging by the DH, a single to left. They're going to hold up the runners station to station. Looked like a good call there. I think the throw would have been well ahead of the runner, Smith. So we have bases loaded now and two outs.
That ball smoked right at the left fielder. Coach Smith had no choice but to hold the runner at third.
James Cantner, 0 for 1, grounded out to second in the third inning.
This is a huge at-bat. You hate to say something is this big of an at-bat early in the game, but in the top of the fourth, this is a big at-bat for the Blue Jays.
He swings at the first pitch, goes the opposite way, but Sharkey moves a couple steps to his left and puts it away for the out. Elizabethtown will leave the bases loaded. They still trail 5-0 as we head to the bottom of the fourth back after this.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
And we're back now for the bottom of the fourth inning at the 2017 Mid-Atlantic Baseball Regional here at Peoples Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. Leading off the inning, number 12, Ruaco, the second baseman for Wheaton. Tripled in the second of back-to-back triples for the Lions. He's ahead in the count now, 2-0.
And Jeff, you mentioned earlier the power that Ruaco's shown with multiple home runs on the year, 4 in fact. And a lot of times coaches will put a guy with some power towards the bottom of the order, hoping to get him more fastballs.
Andrew Ruaco, who just fouled a pitch off, now takes a swing and a miss. Count goes even at 2-2. And Elwell gets him swinging for the first out. That turns the lineup back over to the top. LaJoy singled in the first and had a sacrifice fly in the second. Takes the first pitch outside on the corner for strike one. LaJoy also scored in the first. Takes a ball. Count goes to 1-1. LaJoy is figured prominently here in the 5-0 lead Wheaton has built. And he works ahead 2-1.
And Wheaton looking to score for their 4th consecutive inning, having scored in each of the first 3.
LaJoy fouls that pitch away down the first base side. The pitch from Elwell. And LaJoy again with a foul ball. Count stays at 2-2.
If you're joining us late, we have 2 dynamic leadoff hitters in this game for each team. Second baseman Fackler for Elizabethtown. And for Wheaton, number 1, LaJoy.
LaJoy with another foul ball. 3 in a row. Looks at a pitch off the plate outside. He's worked the count full. It's down 2-2, fouled a few pitches off. Here's the payoff. Hits a grounder to the first baseman. Shovels it to Elwell. Portillo to Elwell for the 1-3 putout. And that's 2 away here in the 4th. Brings up Cook. Cook with a single in the first inning. And flew out to left in the second. The single in the first was a bunt. Cook takes strike 1. Elwell working ahead, looking for his first clean inning of the game. Cook offered bunt at that one, but missed. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Swings at an outside one, tries to pull it. And Elwell fields it and gets the tag. 1 unassisted on that putout. And that's 3 up, 3 down for Wheaton in the 4th. But the Lions still lead 5-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. Welcome back to the top of the 5th inning here at Peoples Bank Park. 2017 Mid-Atlantic Regional Number 11, Frank Ragosino, leads off. Singled with one out.
Yeah, that was that, Jeff, that was that ball in the hole to the shortstop that LaJoy made backhand play, tried to throw across the infield, couldn't get there in time.
1-0 pitch from Brumel. 1-1 gets that one over, 82 miles an hour. The pitch. Inner half. But finds the zone, 1-2.
And Brumel did a great job of working out of trouble in the fourth inning. A leadoff walk and then a single, and then was able to get out of a first and second no-out jam.
Ragosino was cut down after he had the infield single on a fielder's choice. And he swings and misses at that pitch, goes down swinging. One away here in the fifth. Back to the top of the order, Fackler came into the game, .475 batting average. He's 0 for 2 so far. Ground ball to second to lead off the first. And then another ground ball to second that turned into that fielder's choice in the third. Pitch from Brumel. Misses. Ball one.
And Brumel recognizes the type of hitter that Fackler is. That's the second time in a row that they started him off with an off-speed pitch.
Pitch to Fackler. Swinging a foul ball. Wind has been shifting a little here in this game. It was blowing from right to left a little earlier. Now it's blowing pretty much straight out to center. As Fackler takes a strike, he's behind in the count now, 1-2. As the sun starts to go down a little bit, we have some shadows working their way across the infield. That pitch misses, maybe a little low, maybe a little away. Count now goes to 2-2.
And the shadows are actually in a decent spot for the hitter. Sometimes the hitter runs into trouble when the sunlight is on the pitcher and the ball actually travels from sunlight to the shadow.
We had an inning or two ago, Coach, where the shadow was kind of going right across the pitcher's faces. I'm sure they're kind of happy to be completely in the shade at this point. Another grounder, this one up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, Ruaco. 3 times up, 3 ground balls to second base for Fackler. Brumel's had a good plan against him today. Masciarelli struck out in the first, flew out to right to end the third.
And Ruaco's gotten a lot of action over there at second base today.
Masciarelli takes a pitch for strike one. Brumel working ahead. Masciarelli hits a liner out to left, but no problem for Sharkey, and that ends the inning. Brumel continues to keep Elizabethtown off balance as Wheaton leads 5-0 heading into their half of the fifth. We'll be back after this.
It's on us. It's on all of us. And it's time to act now.
It's on us to start the change. It's on us to be the change. It's on us. It's on Division III. It's on all of us to stop sexual assault.
Number 9, Jared Sharkey will lead off the bottom half of the fifth for Wheaton, who leads 5-0. Sharkey takes a cut at the pitch from Elwell and misses. Elwell gets ahead, 0-1. Sharkey reaches down, hits what looks like a routine grounder to third that Smith just can't come up with. And they'll have a runner on.
Good pitch from Elwell. Ground ball, like you said, Jeff, rather routine play, and Smith unable to make it.
And that brings up Goodwin Boyd. Who takes the first pitch low and away for ball one. Goodwin Boyd grounded out unassisted in the first to the first baseman and walked in the third. He rips one. That's going to stay fair down the right field line. Run around second. They'll hold up with a double. Puts runners on second and third with no one out.
And that's the second time this evening that Goodwin Boyd has ripped a ball down towards the first baseman. In the first inning, Portillo was able to come up with it. That time, ball was hit too hard and out of his reach.
Walsh, who drove in a pair of runs in the first inning, has a pair of base hits already today. He'll be looking for his third hit. Low and away in the dirt for ball one. Sharkey reached on an error to lead off the inning. Goodwin Boyd followed with a hard hit double down the right field line. We have two runners in scoring position, no one out. Walsh takes a ball. It's 2-0. The pitch from Elwell. He swings. Grounder out to short. They're sending the runner home to throw. And he's called out. Lorenz came up and went straight home. They had sent Sharkey, but they cut him down at the plate for the first out. There'll be runners on first and second now. Fielder's choice.
Lorenz was playing halfway. He wasn't all the way back. He wasn't playing all the way up. He was about halfway up. Ground ball hit hard at him. Sharkey, the runner, didn't break right away, hesitated. Lorenz with a good throw home to get him.
Raposo steps in, the designated hitter. He's behind in the count, 0-1. Ground rule double in the first and a sacrifice bunt in the third. He pokes one the other way. That's going to land in front of the right fielder, Kantner. And the bases are loaded.
And Jeff, going back to that fielder's choice at the plate, with Walsh at the plate, the reason you know that was a base running mistake, because if the runners were supposed to be going on contact, the runner at second would have moved up to third.
Mm-hmm. And Santagate now steps in.
So that base running mistake costing Wheaton a run. Still have the bases loaded with a chance to do some damage.
Slow stroll to the mound for the Blue Jays coaching staff. Pitching coach with a chat on the mound. Looks like there might be some action down in the Blue Jays bullpen. Santagate struck out swinging in the first. Sacrifice fly out to center field in the third inning.
And Elwell badly needs either a ground ball or a strikeout here.
Misses wide. 1-0 to Santagate. Elwell from the stretch. That one finds the corner, and we're even at 1-1. Bases loaded, 1 out. Wheaton up 5-0 already, looking to add to that lead. And the pitch to Santagate. He fouls it away.
And this inning started with an error by the Blue Jays defense. Leadoff errors, leadoff walks. Somehow those find a way of coming back and costing the defense.
Pitch from Elwell to Santagate. He swings at one low and away out of the zone. Can't make contact, and he goes down swinging 2 away.
Great pitch by Elwell, knowing he needs a strikeout. That contact, unless it's a double play, is likely to score a run.
23, Willie Boyd will step in.
Elwell gets Santagate to chase low and away for the second out of the inning.
Boyd led off the second with a triple and grounded out to second in the third. Takes for strike 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Boyd will be looking to add some more runs for the Lions. He's a .208 hitter with a double, a triple, and 5 RBIs this season. He hits a grounder over to first base. Portillo shovels to Elwell. And Elwell pitches out of a bases-loaded jam to keep that lead at 5-0 as we head to the top of the 6th. E-Town will bat after this. As we head to the top of the 6th inning, leading off for Elizabethtown will be number 1, Colby Smith. Smith grounded out to second in the first and walked in the fourth. First pitch from Brumel misses. Ball 1. Swung on. 2-hop route to short. Shortstop can't come up with it. LaJoy. And Smith is aboard.
Smith hit that ball in the nose. LaJoy, I'm sure would tell you he should have made that play, but definitely not an easy play. Let's see how it's ruled.
Christie steps in with 1 aboard and 1 away. Struck out swinging and single. And he's ahead 1-0.
And they will give LaJoy an error on that play.
Grounder down to third. The throw by Boyd. Wide. Ruaco can't come up with it. And there's going to be 2 on and nobody out.
That looked routine double play. Ball hit hard at Boyd. was unable to make the throw to the second baseman, and runners are safe.
Lorenz now steps in with 2 on and nobody out.
This is the same exact situation we were in a couple innings ago. Runners on first and second for Lorenz with nobody out. Took a 2-0 pitch that looked to be a ball. Called a strike. And then ended up swinging and striking out.
Pitch taken for a ball. Christie reaches on the fielder's choice. Smith safe at second on the throwing error by the third baseman.
And Lorenz showed bunt at the very beginning of his at-bat last pitch, then pulled back. Not exactly sure what the thought was there.
Elizabethtown looking to get on the board. A couple errors by Wheaton, putting runners on first and second. Lorenz takes a pitch for ball 2. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. Pitch from Brumel. He swings on a grounder up the middle, hits Brumel's glove. Everyone's safe. Hard hit ball, probably going to be ruled a single there, but it loads the bases.
If Brumel fields that ball cleanly, he's going up the middle for a 1-6-3 double play, more than likely. Hits off the glove. If that doesn't hit his glove, you have to wonder, is that ball going up the middle, or would the middle infielders be able to get to it? I tend to think that ball was getting up the middle either way.
I agree, Coach. I feel like that ball was through the middle. If they don't slow it down, may have actually saved them a run. That runner may have been able to continue on from second to home, but the ball stays in the infield. And now we have a visit from the pitching coach for Wheaton.
And Wheaton's bullpen is getting hot down the left field line. Can't exactly see who it is right now. We'll let you know.
Portillo is waiting at home plate for the conference stand. He's 0 for 2 today. Struck out looking in the second. And flied out to left in the fourth.
So that's 2 errors to start this inning that Wheaton has made. Got to be frustrating for coaching staff. Plays that the players will tell you they should have made. Allowing E-Town to possibly climb back into this ball game. We'll see what happens.
Portillo, 6 RBIs on the season. Bases loaded. Brumel's pitch misses low and inside, ball 1.
Yeah, Portillo only started 25 games on the year.
Brumel out of the stretch. And misses high and away for ball 2. Portillo ahead in the count, 2-0. He's walked just 4 times this season in 88 at-bats.
With the bases loaded and nobody out, 2-0 count, you got to expect you're going to see a fastball.
Pitch from Brumel. Taking all the way, just misses. He's ahead in the count, 3-0.
And you can expect Portillo to be taking here.
Brumel out of the stretch, bases loaded. Delivery to Portillo. Called strike 1.
Hittable fastball, but that's the right play. 3-0, bases loaded, down 5 with nobody out, taking the strike.
Portillo hits one into the gap. That's going to split the center and right fielders. 1 run is in. Here comes another one. This is going to be a base-clearing double for Portillo. And Elizabethtown is on the board. They've cut this lead to 5-3 after a bases-loaded double from Portillo. who had just 6 RBIs all year, comes through in the right time and gets them right back into this game.
Yeah, and then 50% of his season RBIs on one swing. Huge hit to bring E-Town back into this ball game. Now you got to wonder, is Bine going to sacrifice bunt here to get that runner to third?
Those errors coming back to haunt Wheaton. Errors to start the inning to the first 2 batters. That would only be 1 run maybe after that double, and there'd be 2 outs. Instead, we still have no one out. Runner on second, and we have Bine. Brumel spins around and steps off.
And Brumel spinning around possibly to see if Bine will square around, show the sacrifice bunt. Didn't appear that Bine did so. However, that doesn't mean that he's not bunting.
The lefty with the pitch. Low and inside. Ball 1. Bine struck out in the second. Singled in the fourth. He's 1 for 2. And here comes the head coach out of the dugout. That'll be it for Brumel. Mid at bat. They make a pitching change. 89 pitches thrown by Brumel. Good outing for the lefty, but with a couple of runners on.
Yeah.
Eric Podbelski didn't like what he was seeing and makes a pitching change.
That's a tough inning there for Brumel. Again, 2 errors to lead off the inning. After the first error by the shortstop, had a chance to get a ground ball double play and have 2 outs and nobody on base. Boyd, third baseman, made an errant throw to the second baseman, Rocco, allowing first and second with nobody out. Lorenz followed with a ground ball up the middle that Brumel got a glove on but wasn't able to make a play. And, of course, Portillo came through with a bases-clearing double to bring the Blue Jays back into this ball game.
I believe the new pitcher for the Lions is number 35, Joe Bongiovanni. He enters today's game with 14 appearances, 1 start, 3.51 ERA, 3-0 record, 33 1/3 innings, 21 strikeouts, only 7 walks. Opponents hitting .271.
Now pitching for Wheaton, number 26, Jimmy Gowan.
Well, check that. Looks like it's number 26, Jimmy Gowan, for the Lions. Gowan, 17 appearances, all in relief. 5.40 ERA, 21 2/3 innings. 8 strikeouts, 6 walks, 360 batting average allowed. And he enters the game. The lefty comes in with a 1-0 count on Bine. Bine gets a piece of that one and fouls it back. A .220 hitter this season. Bine has 3 doubles, 2 triples, 15 runs batted in. Serving as the designated hitter tonight. Pitch out wide. No one out. And Portillo, who had the bases clearing double a moment ago, stands on second. Bine hits one in the air. Center field. And backing up towards the track, Cook puts it away. Portillo will scurry over to third. Fly ball was hit pretty deep and shaded over towards right. No problem getting into third base for Portillo.
Now batting right fielder number 16, James Cantner.
Cantner 0 for 2. Ground ball to second in the third, and in the fourth flew out to end the inning to left field.
Wheaton playing their infield up.
Just one away here. Remember, a pair of errors started this inning. So that fly ball could have been the third out with maybe only one runner in. Gowan gets a swing and a miss from Cantner. Fooled him with the breaking ball.
And now the middle infield for Wheaton backs up, conceding a run for an out. Corners are still up.
Cantner grounds one foul down the first baseline. 0-2.
Portillo should be able to score on a ground ball up the middle or a fly ball in the outfield deep enough for a sacrifice fly.
And he gets him up high, swinging. That's 2 away. Runner on third still for Ragazzino. Ragazzino, a .234 hitter this season with 1 double, 9 RBIs. He has worked 10 walks against just 6 strikeouts in 77 at-bats.
Big strikeout there from Gowan.
Strike 1 to Ragazzino. That pitch misses, 1-1.
And Jeff, I think we were both a little bit surprised that Brumell came out of the game, but Gowan is one good pitch away from making that seem like a really good decision.
And it's 2-1. Gowan entered the game with the runner on second base, looking to strand him on third. Escape without any further damage after Portillo had the bases clearing double earlier in the inning. That pitch misses. 3-1 now to Ragazzino.
And Gowan really needs to go after Ragazzino here. You don't want the leadoff hitter Fackler up with 2 outs and runners on the corners.
Ragazzino took a step towards first. Thought better of it. Pitch called to strike. 3-2, full count, 2 outs. And Ragazzino motions for time.
And again, if you're Ragazzino, you got to be looking dead red fastball. Gowan will not want to put you on base with Fackler hitting behind.
That misses way inside. And we have runners on the corner for Fackler. Fackler 0 for 3. Has put the ball on the ground to the second baseman all 3 times. 2-4-3 putouts and a fielder's choice that he reached on, but wiped out another runner at second. 0-0 pitch, taken for strike 1. .559 on base percentage for Fackler. Takes that pitch wide for ball 1, 1-1 the count. The 1-1 delivery from Gowan. Gets that one in there. 1-2 now the count.
And you got to wonder if we're going to see another fastball up in the zone or off speed away.
Fackler fights that one off. Remains alive, 1-2.
I think Fackler would like to have that pitch back. Looked like Gowan was trying to get that on the outside corner of the plate. Caught a little bit too much of the plate. Fackler fouls off. Perhaps he was sitting on an off-speed pitch.
Reaches down for one, lifts it into left field. Sharkey drifts a little bit towards the line and takes it for the out. Elizabethtown does get 3 runs in the inning. They're back in this one as Wheaton comes up in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back after this. Back for the bottom half of the sixth. Third-seeded Wheaton leads the sixth seed Elizabethtown 5-3. Ruaco is leading off the sixth inning. And so far today for the Lions, he has tripled and struck out swinging. He's down in the count 0-2. And he takes a swing and a miss. One away for Elwell in the sixth.
And Elwell's done a great job of settling down. Gave up 5 runs in the first 3 innings. The last 2 have been scoreless innings. We mentioned earlier in Game 1 how important it is for your starting pitchers to go deep into ball games in this double elimination regional.
LaJoy fouls a pitch away, 0-1, takes this one low and away for ball 1.
And at some points early on in this game, Elwell looked like he was 1 or 2 pitches away from being pulled, and now you look up at the scoreboard and he's got 1 out into the 6th inning.
Another foul ball off the bat of LaJoy. Elwell over 80 pitches now. LaJoy hits one the other way. That's going to find some open land. He rounds first hard. He's going into second, and he slides in under the tag with a double.
Great aggressive base running by LaJoy.
Thinking 2 all the way off the bat. Cook steps in, the center fielder. Singled in the first, flew out to left in the second, and grounded out unassisted to the pitcher to end the 4th inning. Fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Cook, a .276 hitter, 5 doubles, 14 runs batted in, 4 for 5 on stolen bases. The pitch from Elwell. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Pickoff play to second. LaJoy slides back in safely, avoiding the tag of Lorenz. Cook takes up high for ball 1, 1-2. Cook hits a hard grounder up the middle. That finds its way into center field. And LaJoy hesitated, made sure it got through before committing to third base. We have runners on the corners. That brings up Jared Sharkey, the left fielder. 0 for 2. Sacrifice bunt in the first, followed by a strikeout in the second. And he reached on an error to lead off the 5th.
Really important for Wheaton to answer back after giving up a 3 spot to E-Town in the top of the 6th. Elwell got the first out of the bottom of the inning, and then it's given up 2 hits.
Sharkey takes ball 1. Low and away, ball 2 to Sharkey. Sharkey, a .329 hitter on the season. Hits a hard ground ball to shortstop, 6-4. Runner safe at first. That'll be a fielder's choice. But it does get a run home. Wheaton answers. They've stretched that lead back to 3, 6-3.
And again, another frustrating play for the Blue Jays. That's about as routine as they come as far as a double play is concerned. Ball hit hard right at the shortstop. Had time to make a good throw. Give Sharkey credit for hustling down, but a good throw from the second baseman to first base has E-Town in the dugout. Still down only 2.
And now it's number 4, Zach Goodwin-Boyd. .329 hitter entering today. Fouls one down the first baseline, and it's 1-1 count. Goodwin-Boyd grounded out to first, walked, and doubled.
And you hate to belabor the point, but multiple plays in this game that Blue Jays feel they should have made. The fly ball in right field that wasn't caught. We had an E5 earlier.
Here's one in the air off the bat. And that's a 2-run homer. He went the other way, hits it over the logos in left center field.
Goodwin-Boyd with a great piece of hitting. An opposite field home run that was smoked. Line drive. Barely made it over the outfield fence. Huge hit. And again, going back to that double play that was not made, would have had the Blue Jays out of this inning. Instead, this game has completely changed.
It's back up to 8-3. First pitch swinging by Walsh, and a 5-3 putout. That'll end the inning, but not before Westfield State pushes more runs across, and it's now 8-3 in favor of the Lions. We'll be back after this.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, then I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning here in Game 3 on the first day of the Mid-Atlantic Regional. Masciarelli will lead off the inning, hit a ground ball to second base, fielded by Ruaco for the first out. Brings up Colby Smith. Wheaton had jumped ahead 5-0 after 3 innings, and both teams have traded 3 spots in the 6th, making the score 8-3 here in the top of the 7th. That pitch misses to Smith for a ball. Called strike. Smith swinging a hard grounder out to short. LaJoy up with it, and he makes the throw over to first. Retire Smith. 2 away, 2 up, 2 down. Christie, the left fielder,
Gowan's been really impressive since coming into the game in relief for Brumel.
Christie struck out swinging, singled, and reached on a fielder's choice. Takes a pitch away. But the fielder's choice he reached on was a throwing error that allowed a runner to remain on base safely. That's a fly ball out into right field off the bat of Christie, and Goodwin Boyd puts it away for the third out. 3 up, 3 down for E-Town in the 7th. We'll go to the bottom half. We're back after this. And as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning, pitching change for Elizabethtown. Number 19, Braden Steiner, a sophomore from Forest Hill, Maryland.
Yeah, and Steiner, Jeff, is a right-handed pitcher.
First pitch swinging. And number 15, Raposo, will ground out to shortstop for the first out.
Nice play by Lorenz. Steiner is a right-handed pitcher, 6-4 on the year with a 3.83 ERA. He's appeared in 18 games with one start, 40 innings, with most of those coming out of the bullpen.
And that's off the bat of Santagate into the corner, a line drive. And he's going to go into second base standing up with a double.
The Lions welcome Steiner to the game, swinging on consecutive first pitches. And more importantly, not allowing us to formally welcome him to the ball game.
Boyd, the third baseman, steps in. 0 for 2 with a walk. Takes a ball low. 1-0 the count. Pitch from Steiner inside. Ball 2. The book on Elwell, 6 innings pitched, 8 runs, all earned, 12 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts through 97 pitches, 10 ground ball outs, 3 fly ball outs. Pitch down low to Boyd. And that pitch misses for ball 4. Boyd draws the 1-out walk to put runners on first and second after the double by Santagate with 1 out. I don't believe we ever closed the book on Brumel as Ruaco takes a ball, or a strike rather. Brumell went 5 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned, only allowed 6 hits and a walk, struck out 6, 89 pitches. Foul ball off the bat of Ruaco. Brumell, in addition to the 6 strikeouts, had 4 fly ball outs and 5 ground ball outs. Ruaco sits 0-2 against Steiner. The pitch. It's away for ball 1.
And we have LaJoy lurking on deck.
Ruaco fouls this pitch away.
Great job by Ruaco wasting that off-speed pitch.
Ruaco, as we've mentioned earlier, a dangerous hitter out of the 9-hole, 286, 4th on the team. And he hits one far down the line and left, but foul. 4th on the team with a 286 average, 8 doubles, 4 home runs, 18 runs batted in. The pitch from Steiner is up high, and we're even at 2-2. Ground ball foul. Down at the bench in the bullpen. Still 2-2 with 1 away. Runners on first and second. Pitch from Steiner. Ruaco lifts it high and foul into the stands down the first baseline.
Great at bat by Ruaco, the 9-hitter.
Tripled and struck out twice so far. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Excellent slider from Steiner.
That's 2 away, and the lineup turns over to LaJoy, the leadoff hitter.
I don't know about you, Jeff, but I've been really impressed with the top of the order for Wheaton, specifically LaJoy and Cook, the 1-2 hitters.
Definitely, Coach. LaJoy singled the lead off the bottom of the first and has a sacrifice fly and a double to his credit as well. He hits a ground ball to second, and that's 4-3 put out to end the inning as Fackler fields that cleanly. After 7 innings of play, we have third-seeded Wheaton 8 and the 6th seed Elizabethtown 3. We're back for the top of the 8th at the 2017 Mid-Atlantic Baseball Regional. People's Bank Park in York, Pennsylvania. Lorenz to lead off things here in the 8th for Elizabethtown. First pitch swinging, he gets into one. That is off the wall and left, bounces way back across the outfield. Stand-up double. Hits that one high off the arch nemesis in left field. Arch Street runs behind this wall, which is actually taller than the Green Monster at Fenway Park. And Lorenz is trying to get something going here for Elizabethtown with that leadoff double.
And that's Lorenz's third hit of the day. He's been very impressive offensively.
Singled in the 2nd, singled in the 6th, and now a double in the 8th.
And Portillo has another opportunity to drive in a run. Last time up had a bases clearing double.
Pitch taken away for strike 1. Portillo's bases clearing double looked as though it might swing the momentum to the Blue Jays, but Wheaton answered with 3 in the bottom half of that 6th inning as Portillo takes strike 2.
Now we've got action in both bullpens.
The pitch, chopped foul. Gowan still in the game. The left-hander from the stretch checks to the runner. And the pitch, it's a ground ball up the middle. The second baseman, Ruaco, slides towards the middle and throws it over to first. Moves the runner over to third. But there's one away.
And Ruaco's had several assist opportunities to make plays, and he's made all of the routine plays. None of them have been flashy. But as you can see from the 3 errors so far in this game, it's important to make the routine play.
Bine steps in and takes a ball. Bine struck out in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and flew out to center in the 6th. He's ahead 2-0 in this at-bat. 1 for 3 so far on the day.
Yeah, and Jeff, in Bine's last at-bat, he hit a ball deep to center field. I believe the runner tagged up from 2nd to 3rd on the play. Hit to the deepest part of the park. If he gets that down the left field line, it's likely off the wall, if not out.
Head 3-0 in the count. The pitch from Gowan. Strike 1. Your right coach Bine's fly ball to center. Move Portillo over to third after that bases loaded double, which has accounted for all the offense for Elizabethtown today. 3-1, swinging foul ball. And it's 3-2 to Bine, the designated hitter.
Been really impressed with Bine's swing.
Bine, a sophomore designated hitter catcher from Abington in Pennsylvania.
It's no surprise when you have teams playing this late into the season that they have hitters towards the bottom of their lineup that can do damage.
And Bine hits a hard grounder away from the diving third baseman all the way down into the corner. That brings home a run. And he's into second base with a double. 2 doubles in the inning now for Elizabethtown. And they're back onto the scoreboard. That makes it 8-4 after that RBI double by Bine that drives in Lorenz, who led off the inning with the double. I believe it's going to force a pitching change here by Wheaton. Coach Podbelski had seen enough, doesn't want to let E-Town get back into this one. With what is now a 4-run lead, runner on second with 1 out, we'll have a new pitcher. Goes to another lefty, third lefty of the day.
Yeah, Jeff, looks like that lefty is Zach Pipa.
He's a freshman from Rumford, Rhode Island.
Hope we're pronouncing his name correct, but he has appeared in 17 games, 19 innings, has given up 16 hits. Hitters are hitting .225 off of him, 21 strikeouts in those 19 innings. Has a 2.84 ERA, so certainly one of the key relievers for the Lions.
Actually, the best ERA on the team of anyone who's thrown more than just a handful of innings. As the reliever gets loose here.
Looks like Wheaton has a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Two other pitchers
warming up. Can tell one's a right-hander. Can't see who the second one is.
Yeah, it looks like one of them is a submarine right-hander. My guess is one would be Giovanni, and the second would be McGeehan. Both have saves on the year.
This is 26 up to bat. Andrew Coleman, pinch hitter, out of Westchester, Pennsylvania, a sophomore.
And he's pinch hitting for the lefty Cantor, who was the 8-hole hitter. Coach Smith's answer to a left-hander out of the bullpen is bringing a right-handed hitter off of the bench.
And he has a 1-1 count. Does Coleman.
Coleman is hitting .214 on the year in 28 at-bats, does have 3 doubles and 6 RBIs.
Takes the pitch from Pippa, swings and misses. 1-2. Gowan with the runner on second, still his responsibility. 2 1/3 innings, 1 run it was earned, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. 3 flyouts, 3 groundouts. That pitch misses to Coleman, and we're even at 2-2. The delivery. And that one hits Coleman. Coleman's going to reach first on a hit by pitch. Pippa hits the first batter he faces. And we have runners on first and second with just 1 away here in the top of the 8th. It's 8-4 as the Blue Jays try to get back into this one. Ragazzino comes up.
And again, Fackler is looming in the on-deck circle as a potential tying run.
First pitch to Ragazzino, strike 1 taken. Ragazzino swinging a ground ball up to second base. Bobbled. They do get the runner at second. That'll be a fielder's choice. Ruocco been solid all day. I think he was trying to hurry up to try to get that double play. We're lucky to get the runner at second on that one.
Yeah, not the easiest play. That ball was hit hard right at him. If he fields it cleanly, it's likely a double play out of the inning. A lot of players in that situation, once they bobble it, will actually panic and not be able to get it out anywhere. So you do give Rocco credit for sticking with the play and getting the out at second base.
Runners on the corners. Fackler steps in. 0 for 4. Fouls the pitch back. 0-1.
I can't tell you this for sure, Jeff, but my guess is there are very few games this year that Fackler hasn't had a hit in. When you're hitting 475, you're getting hits in probably more than likely just about every game.
Pitch from Pippa. Fackler puts a bat on it. Out into the outfield. Center fielder Cook calls for it. And that'll end the inning as Fackler flies out to center. We'll be back after this.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
Welcome back. Pitching now for Elizabethtown is number 8, Andrew Burnjar. Misses with his first pitch to Cook. Cook is ahead 1-0. The pitch from Burnjar. That one misses 2-0.
And Burnjar, the right-handed pitcher, 2-1 in the year with a 5.76 ERA in 25 innings, 11 strikeouts, 7 walks, and opponents are hitting .355 off of him.
It's a swing and a miss by Cook. Burnjar, a freshman out of Bel Air, Maryland. Cook takes strike 2. 2-2 the count. That pitch just misses. It's 3-2.
Yeah, that was a tough call for Burnjar. Looks like that caught the inside corner.
And swinging a bad hop at the first baseman, fields it. And Portillo gets it to Burnjar for the 3-1 putout.
It's a good job by Burnjar, not getting the strike 3 call on the previous pitch, staying in the at-bat, coming back, getting a ground ball to Portillo.
Sharkey, 0 for 3 so far with a sacrifice bunt. He'll come up with one away and no one on. Takes that pitch for a strike.
Nice breaking ball there by Burnjar.
Steiner pitched a scoreless inning before being relieved by Burnjar. Sharkey takes strike one. Steiner allowed one hit and walked one. Also struck out a batter. Worked out of a jam. As this ball is hit high in the air to left field. And Christie waits for it to come down. And Sharkey is retired for the second out. Zach Goodwin Boyd comes up with 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, Goodwin Boyd in his last at-bat hit a laser opposite field home run.
It's a hard one that bounces over the diving glove of Portillo down into the right field corner. And he's going to have a 2-base hit. He's really hit some balls hard today.
Yeah, that'd be his 3rd extra base hit in 5 at-bats.
Both doubles ripped down the line, and he also had one hit hard that Portillo fielded and put him out unassisted in the first.
He's been extremely impressive.
16, Walsh steps in. 2-run single to get Wheaton onto the board in the first. Also singled in the third. 2 hits on the day, 2 for 4. First pitch to him misses. Ball 1.
This Wheaton team is going to be a tough out in this regional if they continue to have the offensive approach that they've been having. Using the whole field, hitting the ball hard, getting bunts down when they need to.
That pitch in the dirt gets away. Goodwin Boyd moves over to third on a wild pitch. And now with 2 away, Bernjar finds himself behind 2-0 against Walsh. The winner of this game will play tomorrow at 7:45 p.m. against the winner of our next game, which features 2nd-seeded Shenandoah and 7th-seeded SUNY Maritime. The loser of this game will play at 1:15 tomorrow.
Yeah, Jeff, that would be the 2nd game of the day tomorrow.
Walsh fouls one away. It's 2-1. And they will play the loser of the SUNY Maritime Shenandoah game. Pitch to Walsh from Bernjar. Popped up. Lorenz under it. And puts it away for the 3rd out. We'll head to the top of the 9th. Last chance for Elizabethtown. We're back after this. And we're back for the top of the ninth. Pitching change for Wheaton. Into the game for the Lions is number 17, Paul McGeehan, a freshman from Winchester, Massachusetts. And he will face the Blue Jays here in the ninth. Masciarelli takes strike one.
And Jeff McGeehan is a submarine pitcher, has 3 saves on the year, 20 appearances, has a 5.4 ERA in 15 innings.
Masciarelli 0 for 4. Has the count even at 1-1.
And I can't believe we haven't said this yet, but is there a better name in this regional than number 2 hitter for E-Town, Masciarelli?
Gets ahead 2-1. Great name for a baseball player, Masciarelli.
Well, a hitter. I'm not so sure about a pitcher.
Two-way player. Masciarelli gets his first hit of the day. A single through the right side.
As we said earlier, McGeehan is a submarine pitcher. It seems nowadays that almost every team has one of these types of pitchers. Difficult to hit, ball slices and dices. But really the key to have an offensive approach against this type of pitcher is to stay short through the ball, use the whole field.
Colby Smith takes strike one. Coach pointed out during the break that E-Town beat, I believe, Juniata on a grand slam in the ninth inning a few weeks back. So they have had a flair for the dramatic. Count goes to 1-1 on Smith.
I believe that was a walk-off grand slam down 3 runs against Conference Foe Juniata.
Fouls off the pitch from McGeehan. And it's 1-2 on Smith. Nobody away. Runner on first. Masciarelli single to right field.
And if you're the Blue Jay hitters here, you really need to focus about getting base runners. And there you go. Hit by pitch. Smith is hit. And the Blue Jays have something going. You know, when you're down 4 runs this late in the game, one swing is going to get you back into it. You need to get base runners. You need to put together a big inning. Free passes like walks or hit by pitches, as we just saw, are great ways to get back into the ball game.
McGeehan, the closer for Wheaton, has struck out 16 in 15 innings, but he has walked 12 and he's hit 5 batters.
Yeah, and it looks like Wheaton also has a reliever in Bon Giovanni who also has 2 saves. So maybe they share closer duties.
I think it's lefty-righty. It might be based on matchups. As number 5, Christie takes strike one. Christie with a single in the 4th, his only hit of the day.
Shortstop Lorenz is on deck. He has had an awesome day at the plate. Really impressive. I'm sure the Blue Jays would like to get him to the plate as the tying run.
McGeehan looking for the sign. Christie awaits the pitch. Out of the stretch, the delivery. And Christie fouls it away. Still 0-2. Runners on first and second. A single and a hit by pitch. As Elizabethtown tries to rally, down 4 here in the top of the 9th. Wheaton, the 3rd seed, leads 8-4. The Lions looking to hold on and advance in the winner's bracket. Christie with another foul ball.
And Jeff, the other item that comes into play, not so much now, but potentially later on in this inning, is when you have a submarine sidearm guy like we're seeing from Wheaton right now, those pitchers are typically easier to run on because they're slower to the plate. Takes them longer to get rid of the ball, easier to steal bases on. Again, down 4, don't expect that here, but perhaps as the inning unfolds.
Christie takes that pitch. Ball 1-2. Masciarelli, a very speedy runner out at second base. Over 20 steals this season. Christie grounds that one through the right side into right field. They'll hold up the runners with no one out. And the bases are loaded for Lorenz, as you said. Probably the guy that today E-Town wants up as the tying run.
And really no choice there from Coach Smith, having to hold Masciarelli at third. Down 4 runs. Can't afford to give outs on the base paths. Great at bat by Christie. Fell behind in the count. Fouled a couple pitches off. Stays short through the ball. Hits the ball the other way. Now we have the time run at the plate.
Wheaton with another pitching change. The Lions will go to the pen. And that'll be it for McGeehan. The runners on base, all his responsibility.
And Jeff, as we spoke about earlier, it looks like there are, in fact, 2 key relievers for this Wheaton team, 2 closers, depending on matchups. And right now, Joe Bongiovanni is coming into the game.
Bongiovanni, the lefty. He'll face Lorenz, who bats right-handed.
And this would be a safe situation for
Bongiovanni. The tying run will be coming to the plate. This is a safe situation, correct, Coach? Bongiovanni, a 3.51 ERA. I think I gave his stats a little earlier. I thought he was coming in when Gowan did. 3.51 ERA, 3-0 record, 14 appearances, 1 start. He's been a long reliever for them, 33 1/3 innings, 21 strikeouts, just 7 walks. Opponents hitting .271. The dangerous Lorenz steps in with 3 hits today, 2 singles and a double. 3 for 4, also struck out.
And what a spot to be coming into the game. Bases loaded, no outs, tying run at the plate, top of the 9th. Pressure situation for sure.
First pitch, breaking ball, misses for ball 1. Lorenz on the season, a .333 hitter, 9 doubles, a triple, and 5 home runs, 31 RBIs. Third on the team in that category. Lorenz takes up high, ball 2.
And Portillo is in the on-deck circle. If you remember correctly, Portillo had the bases clearing double a couple innings ago. Great situation for the Blue Jays. 2-0 count. Lorenz can sit on a fastball, be selective.
Takes a cut at it, fouls it away, not happy. He thinks that was his pitch, not happy he didn't get all of that.
And if he gets all that, this ball game, or E-Town we might have a brand new ball game with the tie score, because that was a hack.
2-1 the count now. Bongiovanni working against Lorenz. Bases loaded, nobody out, top of the 9th. E-Town trails by 4. The pitch, it hits him. Bases loaded, hit by pitch. 8-5, that brings in a run. An RBI the hard way for Lorenz.
And if you're Bongiovanni, I know it's difficult, but you got to find a way to settle down. If you get a ground ball double play, still in decent shape. Really need to limit damage, have a 3-run lead. Can still find your way out of this, but you got to work ahead in the count.
First pitch to Portillo, fouled away.
And Bongiovanni, from the few pitches we've seen, isn't a hard thrower. He's not a guy that's going to blow the ball past the hitter. Needs to locate, keep the ball down, try to get a ground ball double play.
Bongiovanni, the 5th pitcher of the game for Wheaton. Portillo takes up high.
And I don't see anybody in the Wheaton bullpen throwing it all, so looks like, at least for the time being, this is Bongiovanni's ball game.
Out of the stretch, Bongiovanni delivers. Way inside. 2-1 the count. That one nearly got Portillo. That would have brought in another run. We would have had a 2-run game with the bases loaded and no one out. As it stands 8-5 right now, the Blue Jays clawing their way back into this game. That pitch taken for a strike. It's 2-2.
I'm sure if you ask Portillo, he'd like to have that pitch back, up in the zone, outer third of the plate. Similar pitch to the ball he drove into the right center gap in the 6th inning.
2-2. The pitch from Bongiovanni. Swinging a foul ball. Stays alive. In games earlier today, Alvernia and Johns Hopkins advanced in the winner's bracket, while Leslie and RIT will play tomorrow in the loser's bracket in an elimination game. The 2-2 pitch from Bongiovanni swung on, and another foul ball off the bat of Portillo. 2-2 count.
And Bongiovanni is throwing slow, and slower. Really can tell his game is keeping hitters off balance, getting them on their front foot. Portillo trying to protect against that.
The pitch up high. The count goes full. Full count, bases loaded, 9th inning, down 3.
We got some drama here in York, Pennsylvania. Big pitch.
Portillo awaiting the payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swung on. Popped foul. And it doesn't quite get out of play. But not quite enough room for Santagate to get there. He was kind of running into the wall and it hit the wall.
Yeah, hard to tell. I think that might have hit the net before Santagate had a chance to catch it. Couple inches either way, that ball might be caught. Big play there.
Portillo still with life, 3-2. Nobody out, bases loaded. Blue Jays trailing by 3. The pitch from Bongiovanni. Swing, and guess what? It's a foul ball. 4 or 5 foul balls in this at bat for Portillo. Keep staying alive.
Yeah, Portillo's locked in at the plate right now. Let's see if Bongiovanni will throw off speed or if he has to stick with the fastball.
The pitch. Swung on a ground ball through the left side into left field. 1 run is in. They go station to station. It's 8-6. Bases loaded. Nobody out.
What an at-bat by Portillo. As you said, Jeff, fouling off several pitches. Finally getting something on the inner third. Hitting that ball into left field. And, baseball is a game of feet. If that ball's hit a couple feet to the left, that third baseman's making a play and possibly a double play up the middle.
And now in steps Bine. Bine with a single in the 4th and a double in the 8th.
I believe Bine hit a ball off the left field wall last at bat.
First pitch taken for a strike. Again, no action in the Wheaton bullpen. This is probably Bon Giovanni's game. He's the 5th pitcher to take the mound tonight. Not sure how many guys they have left. They do have more games to play. That pitch taken for a ball. It's 1-1.
Game 1 of the NCAA Regional, so important. Wanting to stay in that winner's bracket. Don't want to have to face an elimination game in day 2. Huge game for both teams.
Bon Giovanni delivers. Bine swings, puts it in the air, foul down the first baseline and out of play.
E-Town's got the momentum here. But if Bon Giovanni can get a strikeout or a ground ball pop out.
We've got to give E-Town a lot of credit. It seemed after the 3rd inning that this game might be going away for Wheaton. E-Town battles back, and here comes Bine. Puts a high fly into right field. That ball put away. Runners don't go anywhere. Not deep enough. Goodwin Boyd came running in to catch that one.
Huge out number 1. Good decision by Coach Smith holding his runner at third base, not sending him.
Coleman, the right fielder, pinch hit in the 8th. And now here he comes up in the 9th. He was hit by a pitch.
If you're Bon Giovanni, you're 1 pitch away from getting out of this. You get a ground ball, the defense makes a play for you. Double play, ball game over.
1 away, 8-6. Elizabethtown trailing, but the bases are loaded with 1 out. Coleman, the pitch from Bon Giovanni, finds the zone, strike 1. Coleman, who was hit by a pitch, a .214 hitter this season, has a little bit of pop, 3 doubles, 6 RBIs, and just 28 at-bats.
And Bon Giovanni's game is completely different from any pitcher we've seen from Wheaton today. He's a soft-tossing lefty, changes speeds. He's got to locate.
Here comes the pitch. That one swung, hit hard into the outfield. Center fielder Cook comes up and catches it. Hard hit, but again, not deep enough to get anyone in. Bases loaded now, 2 outs. Bon Giovanni trying to work his way out of this jam.
And Coleman hit that ball on the nose. Cook has a good read off the bat, makes the play. The base runners at 2nd and 3rd aren't tagging up on that. The runner at 2nd needs to try and score if that ball hits the ground, so he's not tagging up. And it comes down to Ragazzino, the 9-hitter.
Which I know we've mentioned several times today. He's one of their better hitters down there in the 9-hole. Hits over 280, has 4 home runs. Bon Giovanni misses. Ball 1 to Ragazzino.
Yeah, Ragazzino's been on 3 times via single, walk, and HBP.
That pitch taken for a strike. It's 1-1. E-Town down to their last out, trailing by 2, but they have the bases loaded. Fought back into this game. They trailed 5-0, got back to 5-3, went down 8-3. Now they're within 8-6. Ground ball out to shortstop. LaJoy fields it. They shovel it to second base. And Bon Giovanni bails out McGee in there, who had led a few runners on base to start the inning. And Wheaton survives and advances. E-Town will live to see tomorrow.
Yeah, and that was a well-played game. Both teams played hard. E-Town looked like they could have been out of the ball game several innings ago. Fought back, made it interesting at the end. You got to give Bon Giovanni a lot of credit. Came in with the bases loaded, nobody out. Did hit a guy, but found a way to get out of the inning to come away with the save. And Wheaton advances in the winner's bracket.
Your final score, Wheaton 8, Elizabethtown 6.
That was just a great finish there. Got to give E-Town, again, like I said, a lot of credit. And like you said, you got to give Wheaton the credit for holding on and getting out of that jam. Brummel should get the win. Bon Giovanni the save. And for Elizabethtown, taking the loss will be Elwell. That's it for this game. We'll be back shortly with Shenandoah and SUNY Maritime, set to begin the final game of today in 1 hour.